My teacher was basically like, can you explain why you're doing this? And I basically had to be like, I'm doing this for a rock band. Hello, it's Nicolette, and I'm gonna be learning Italian in 7 days. Yes, you heard that correctly, 7 days. Do I know any Italian? No. Absolutely not. Over the years, there have been a few things that have made me consider learning Italian. Classic Italian cinema, Vespas, that CNN series where Stanley Tucci goes around Italy and eats a bunch of delicious looking food. But if I'm gonna be completely honest, there is one reason, and one reason only, why I have suddenly decided to learn Italian. Måneskin. Maneskin is the band that won Eurovision 2021, and really all you need to know is that they are a group of 4 beautiful Italian people. I have been listening to nothing but their music, so I realized I need to learn Italian.
I agree.
Thanks to a few very unhelpful lessons on Duolingo, literally the only thing I know how to say in Italian is La donna mangia lo zucchero, which I'm confident I will never ever need to use in Italian. For the next 7 days, I will be learning Italian a different way. I will be using the internet, a single Italian textbook, and 1 Italian class a day with Nowisa. Nowisa offers affordable group language classes in French, Spanish, and Italian. They have a pay-what-you-can system, so you get to choose what you pay for your classes. A single class, which is an hour long with a native speaker, can cost anywhere from 5 to 10 euros, which is on average less than $9 a class, which is unheard of. They have classes for beginners, intermediates, and advanced. I currently take advanced French classes with them, and I have seen such improvements in my French through these classes. I am very excited that I can now use Nowisa not just to continue improving my French, but to learn Italian in 7 days. As a literally complete beginner, obviously I have a life, I have a job, so I am not going to be studying Italian 24 hours a day for 7 days. That's just not realistic. I am hoping that by combining my self-study with an hour lesson a day in Italian will mean that I will be speaking Italian in 7 days. Fingers crossed. Good morning, or should I say buongiorno, which is the one Italian word I learned this morning with this textbook. About to have my first Italian class, which is why I suddenly freaked out and was like, maybe I should learn like 1 or 2 Italian words before I go in. I just have this weird fear that the teacher is just gonna be like, oh, sorry, you know nothing, I can't help you, you're a lost cause. Which is an absurd fear to have, because anytime anyone learns a foreign language, they start out at 0. So I am taking that fear and I am metaphorically throwing it into a trash can. Also, side note, I already don't like this textbook because chapter 1 was called Making Contact, which just sounded so weird. It sounded like the Italians are aliens that we are making contact with.
Okay, so welcome to our first class. I am so excited. As you know, the content of the day will be the alphabet, the greetings, and how to present yourself. If we add S, it becomes ski.
Ski.
We don't pronounce the H. For us, it's like silent, so it's like as it doesn't exist, so it's O.
Io, O.
Bye.
Bye. It is day 2 and my brain already hurts. This morning I had an Italian class about prepositions, so singular, plural, masculine, feminine, and it was confusing. I feel like what's making this more difficult is actually the fact that I know French, because I'm having to forget the French stuff and then learn the Italian version of it. But I'm also realizing that I need to know vocabulary if this is gonna work. So I'm gonna take a hint from Nathaniel Drew and learn the 1,000 most common words in Italian. I'm gonna go make a ton of index cards. Kind of regretting signing up for early morning classes, but what I'm really regretting is those index cards. This is not even 1,000, this is like 500. Around word 400, my hand started to cramp. And then around word like 450, I realized a lot of the words on this list I would not realistically be using in the next few days. Horse or farm or table saw, words that I am not planning on saying. So I stopped. I took out words that I like for sure knew that I would not need to know how to say. And I added some words that I knew I definitely would be saying. The word movie, I put in the word art, painting, things that I like to talk about. I also added a few phrases like, how are you, what's your name, things that I think that I need for having a conversation the next few days. Wow, okay, a lot happened yesterday, and of course I forgot to film it. Basically, I was getting really frustrated. I was having difficulty stringing together even a 3 or 4 word sentence.
Finestre?
Finestra.
Finestra, il finestra, la finestra. What color did you say, white?
If I wasn't filming this and I didn't have 4 more classes booked, yesterday was probably the day I would have quit. But then I reminded myself that the next morning I had an Italian class and there was a teacher there that was gonna help me. I also reminded myself why I am learning Italian, which is to one day attend a Måneskin concert and be able to sing along to all of their songs and know what the heck they're saying. Okay, that's like one reason, but that is a very big reason. So I just randomly looked up the lyrics to a Måneskin song. It sounds so silly, but just that one thing got me excited again about Italian. I was able to sing along with the chorus. I can now say sono fuori di testa. I don't know if I'll need that. I will if I go to a Måneskin concert. So I think the takeaway really is find someone or something to keep you accountable, and then 2, lean into the things that got you excited about the language in the first place. Explore that because that is where the passion is. Wow, that sounded so cheesy.
Vado al mare in San Francisco. L'acqua è fredda. Quando io vado al mare, mangio I panini.
Something clicked in this class. We had a mini, very small conversation. I was able to translate a bunch of phrases she put on the screen. I'm seeing progress, and that's really exciting. I'm so tired. I could not fall asleep last night. There was all this Italian going through my head. It was like the kind of party that your neighbors file a noise complaint for, but like inside my head and in Italian. So I did not sleep well last night. Also, today my teacher was basically like, why are you doing this challenge? I don't really understand. Like, I'm here for you, I support it, but like, can you explain why you're doing this?
I didn't understand why are you doing this challenge, to be honest.
And I basically had to be like, I'm doing this for a rock band.
Okay.
I don't think that was a sufficient answer for her. She's still very confused, but she's here for me, and I appreciate that.
All right, update. I have not touched this book in 3 days. I successfully got to page 21 of a lot. You know, if I were alone in a cottage without an internet connection, this book would be great. But ultimately, I just do not have the patience for this. And I can look everything up on the internet, really. So I'm sorry, we're just gonna say goodbye to this.
Do I know any Italian yet? Yes, I do, because this morning I decided to watch some Italian YouTube videos. They were Italian videos geared towards beginner Italian learners, but I understood like 75% of what they were saying. That, I think, is a success. Then I tried watching some Måneskin interviews in Italian.
Guardando proprio adesso. Diciamo, ma com'è possibile che...
Understood probably 25 to 30% of what they were saying. But you know, 6 days ago, I would have understood 0%. Yeah, overall, success. Apparently my teacher is gonna give me a test after 7 days, so we'll see how that goes.
Che posso fare tutto quello che voglio.
Ok. Nice.
Torna sempre tardi. Dopo cena, i bambini vanno a letto presto perché il giorno dopo.
Wow, that's perfect. A domani.
A domani. Grazie.
Ciao ciao.
Okay, that was the last class. Tomorrow morning, we will find out how much Italian I actually learned in 7 days. Mio figlio fa il DJ e suona la batteria. Mia figlia invece adora dipingere. Viviamo tutti nella nostra splendida casa. We all live together in our splendid house with a big garden.
Wow. Did you use any translator?
No?
Seriously?
Yeah.
I'm impressed. Like, happily impressed. That's awesome. Overall, your score is 82% with all the exercises.
So I gotta be.
But I think I'm going to give you some bonuses because your translation was perfect. That will be 90%, not 82. Okay?
Okay.
Super, very impressed.
I'm glad to hear that. Do you have any advice for other people who are trying to learn Italian or any language from the beginning?
In general, I think consistency is very important. Probably also to not be afraid of doing mistakes, because when I, for example, started learning English, I was very afraid of speaking English because I knew that my accent wasn't the best, so I didn't want to speak. So I think it's just to throw yourself, I don't know how to say that, like go and let it be, because at the end, if you don't practice and you don't make mistakes, you'll never learn.
Allora, dopo 7 giorni posso parlare italiano. Un po' italiano. I am definitely not fluent in Italian, but you know what? I did not expect to achieve fluency in 7 days. That only happens in the Matrix.
I know Kung Fu.
But considering that a few days ago I knew no Italian, and now I can translate paragraphs and have a simple conversation with someone in Italian is pretty amazing. I'd be lying if I said this week was easy. It wasn't. It was hard, it was tiring, but it was also exciting and fun. If you're looking to learn Italian or French or Spanish, definitely check out Novisa's classes. I'm definitely gonna keep taking them. Wherever you are on your language learning journey, remember, have fun with it. Let me know in the comments what language you're learning and why. We already know why I'm learning Italian. Måneskin, I hope I've made you proud.